everyone! As promised, I'm back at smelting. I know I said I'd do the Cupelling video in the spring, and now it is well and truly into the summer, so I'm a bit late. But it's here! Today I'm going to be playing with the quick kiln Cupelling furnace kiln, and we're going to learn all about Cupelling. Before we get going, I would like to thank Pat at Quick Kiln and Dave at 911 Metallurgist for supplying us the KK8 smelting kiln and the Quick Kiln Cupelling kiln here for us to play with and teach you guys all about smelting, cupelling, and fire assays. So today, Cupelling. Yesterday we played around with the Cupelling furnace and smelting a little bit. We made ourselves a bunch of gold beads from some fairly high-grade concentrate. Did a few cupels. And made sure that we had the process fairly nailed down so that if I did a video here I could actually show you the proper process and not all of our screw-ups. So today I have a prill made up from some fairly high-grade concentrates from a mine site. There should be probably 2 grams of gold in this lead prill. And if you haven't seen the earlier videos in this series about using the smelting kiln, the KK8 smelting kiln, go back and watch those videos and you can learn all about making that lead prill. So the lead prill, after smelting, you use lead as a collector metal. The lead has collected all the gold and precious metals, so any precious metals in the ore sample are now contained in this lead. And now in Cupelling, we're going to take this lead here, we're going to melt it down on top of a cupel. Here's a used one. On top of a cupel, we're going to melt it down, and as it melts down, we introduce oxygen on top of it, air. We introduce air on top of it. The molten lead, the surface of the molten lead turns to lead oxide, and the cupel, which is just compressed bone ash, absorbs the lead oxide. You can see it in this used one. This is all lead oxide absorbed down into it. It absorbs the lead oxide, taking it off the surface of the lead, letting more of the molten lead be exposed to air, creating more lead oxide, and so on and so on. And eventually all of the lead gets consumed into lead oxide, into the cupel, and all that's left in the little dish on the top is a little tiny round bead of your gold, silver, platinum, precious metals, all in the top of the cupel. There's a fresh one inside, all ready to go. This prill will end up in there, heating, melting, and doing its thing. I have a bit of a mirror set up so we can actually look down the top when it's hot so I don't burn my camera. And we should all be set up to go. So we have the quick kiln Cupelling furnace lit. There's 2 propane torches coming in a spiral. So the flame swirls around the cupel, keeping the cupel nice and evenly heated on all sides. And we're just going to let that cupel warm up a little bit. Put the lid back on it. Let the cupel warm up a little bit before we put the prill in. Prill. Word of the day. The lead chunk, the prill. Now I should let you know I will be wearing a full face shield. I will be taking off my respirator when the video is going so I can actually talk to you guys, because it's really hard to understand me when it's on. And leather gloves for moving the hot stuff around. So we will have some safety gear on here as this is going, although Cupelling is, you know, quite tame compared to smelting, that's for sure. Just little torches, small amount of heat. It does give off some lead fumes, so we don't want to breathe the smoke coming off of this, that's for sure. That's why we're outdoors. So it's starting to get nice and warm inside there. I think it's good to put the prill inside. the lid back on the top. Get this thing up to temperature. And you'll see the lead start to melt right away as it hits that hot cupel. Right down there, you see a really thick layer of black on the surface. That black is lead oxide. That's what we're trying to form. This is known as a frozen cupel, as it has just a thick layer of black on the surface. We want that black to start breaking up, moving around, and going off to the edge of the cupel, which actually it did really quickly on this one. I'll take the lid off for a second so you can see this. There we go. So there's a frozen cupel. It just goes up as I let it peel off for a second, the lid off. Now, what we want to do is increase the heat. The lid back on, increase the heat until that frozen cupel opens, breaks open. Now lead turning into lead oxide is basically burning. It's lead burning. It is an exothermic reaction, meaning it gives off heat. It creates its own heat as it's doing this. Once the reaction really gets going, we can turn the torches way down because this reaction is creating its own heat. Open cupel. That's open. Let's see. If it stays open, we'll take the lid off. Beautiful. It's doing its thing nicely now. It is creating lead oxide. You might see a little ball of it every once in a while, so most of it's happening without you being able to see it. And that lead oxide is just running to the edge of the cupel. Cupel is grabbing it, sucking it in, and keeping the surface wide open for more oxygen to make more lead oxide. Exactly what we hoped for it to see, and we just want to keep that going for the next 15-20 minutes now. It's working away! So the prill was 31 grams to start with, and I'm expecting about 2 grams of gold to be left behind. There's probably about 5 or 6 grams left in there right now, so we're getting there. We're getting close. The cupels are supposed to be able to take their own weight in lead. So I think these are 50 grams or something of these things. So they can take it, no problem. They just keep absorbing and absorbing and absorbing. And I'll make sure that I have a good shot right at the end of the last few minutes. Some neat things happen at the very end. Oh, look who decided to wake up and join us.
Hey!
Just happened there. So we didn't get the flash we were hoping to show you on video here. because we ended up with far more gold than we expected. Like, by a lot. And that could be because this was out of the bottom of the cons, where all the gold had settled to. So, again, a terrible problem to have. Too much gold. Well, on the next one, we'll be able to show you the flash because it's Dad's sample, so there's definitely not going to be too much gold in it.
Here we go again. Abuse.
Pop her out of there. Oh, my protection on. Tall. What should be 2 grams looks to be 3.5 or 4. We won't know until we weigh it.
Why is it not staying in a ball, I wonder?
Probably just because it's got so much mass now. It can't hold itself.
It's puddling out. Right?
Yeah, it can't hold itself. The surface tension just can't hold it.
Gravity has overcome surface tension.
Yeah. Oh, another big problem. That's going to be too big to fit in my vial.
Oh, damn. God, I tell you.
The problems we have.
Poke a hole in it and put it on a chain.
We played with that big flat bead in a new cupel just to see if we get a nice round bead out of it. And it looks like it had a tiny bit of lead, or one of the base metals left in it that oxidized in, but it was just a tiny, tiny bit. And we got a fairly nice round bead out of it now. And beautiful gold. Beautiful. But big. Huge. I'm excited to weigh this and see how much was in that last one. So we're going to show you one more cupel here, just to show you a more typical finish. This is a prill that Dad made with some of his placer gold. And we're going to just melt it down. It should come out to about a 0.5 gram bead in the end, so you should be able to see the finish proper. More proper than that big honkin' thing. The big honkin' thing didn't come out atypical. Now that cupel in there is very, very hot. As I put the lead in, it might start melting just because of the heat left over in the cupel. So the gold bead from the first run is 3 grams, 3.1. It's actually a gram more than I was expecting out of that stuff, but that's probably because it was the bottom of the little bin we had the cons in. Interlude here. Thank you to all my patrons out there for supporting me. This smelting stuff is quite expensive, and I'm putting your pledges to good use. I just ended up buying a barrel of smelting flux, which cost me about $200 to get it up here in Canada. Plus, a few other random things, probably another $100 worth of stuff for today. So because of your pledges, I'm able to do this stuff and create these videos for everyone out there in YouTube land to watch. Thank you, patrons. This one I know so you can get the feathers I'm supposed to get those. We're getting them. Could be in a separate now.
It should be pretty close if it's the same size as the other one.
No, this is a bigger one.
Oh, is it? Oh, it should definitely be really close then. That's the trick about it, isn't it?
Oh, perfect.
And there we go, Dad's beautiful placer bead. Shall we see how much it weighs? 0.73. 3/4 of a gram?
3/4 of a gram. Where's that 1.5 grams you said?
I think I said it would be about 3/4 of a gram.
Oh.
Gotta say one more big thanks to Dave at 911 Metallurgist and Pat at Quick Kiln for supplying me with the KK8 and the Cupelling kiln here to be able to do this smelting. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I would not be able to create these videos for all of you out there in YouTube land for watching. Thanks, Dave and Pat. Well, Dad and I had a great time today. Fun time smelting and cupelling. Mostly cupelling today. Hope you enjoyed the video and learned a lot about cupelling. If you haven't seen the rest of the series, we did do a video on roasting, a couple on smelting. There's a whole series on this sort of smelting and fire assaying stuff here. Go back and have a look at the rest of them if you haven't seen them already. We will be continuing tomorrow where we do a couple of videos on the whole process, start to finish, on a couple of very special samples. But I'm going to leave it here for cupelling for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, share it, comment, tell us what you think about this smelting. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notifications when I put out new videos. One more time, thank you to all my patrons out there for supporting me in making all these videos. There's a link here at the end of the video if you'd like to become a patron. Until the next one, which will be tomorrow.